The 9-square grid. This slide shows two sketches of design development. The one on the left was focused mostly on angles and the movement that can be made through the use of parallel walls along a zigzagging path. The one on the right is the design I ended up choosing because I love the fluidity of curved walls, and in my head I pictured the space as something like an art exhibition with hidden corners and meandering paths of circulation. Here's my original 9-square grid that I began with on black foam core. I used a variety of materials, including foam core, cardstock, wood skewers, and hot glue. These images show the first step in progress where I have secured all of the columns in place at the points of the grid as the basis for the design. After placing all of the half and full walls in the grid, this is the design I came up with. The use of the curving lines creates movement throughout the space and also a sense of rhythm through their repetition in 3 of the 4 corners of the grid. One can feel tension in the narrow pathway between the 6th and 9th squares. With the outward curving wall and the flat angled wall standing across from each other, they express a funneling effect. The spiral design in the upper left draws the inhabitants in a rotating pattern that is reminiscent of the golden ratio. The curvature of the walls really leads us through the open spaces of the model. In the photo to the right, the curve that sits in the 3rd square, which ends at an angle with a flat wall, has an inherent sense of collision in that its winding path was leading us through, only to be interrupted by a flat plane. The photo on the left shows how the height of the walls contribute to a feeling of being closed in and smaller, while still being one of the more open areas inside. Through the use of half walls and the addition of the covered space, I was able to play with both negative space and a manipulation of light by mirroring the same implied covered space on the left with the other side of this elevation. It creates a sense of contrast between the more closed-in and protected left side with the open and skeletal qualities of the right. These images show interior perspectives of the model, which give us a much better sense of the pleasing quality of curved walls and how they lead us through the space. The above photo also shows what I imagine would be the first thing you see when entering the space: a round wall with somewhat symmetrical openings on either side. This position generates an implied focal point in the center of the space. And that's all. Thank you.